All rise. Support Court with Judge Vanda B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1067, Harper case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay.
All right, everyone, let's set the stage. Right at the start, Mrs. Harper walks in and lays it all out: 2 kids, a short marriage, and serious suspicions about her husband's behavior. You can feel the tension immediately. This is more than just a breakup. It's a full-blown legal and emotional storm. Judges are listening, lawyers are calculating, and the audience? We're hooked. Notice how she emphasizes her kids' ages 2 years and 6 months. That's not just information, that's strategy. Courts care deeply about child welfare, and by highlighting the kids' vulnerability, she's already framing the narrative in her favor. And then there's the financial undertone. Even before diving into the details of infidelity, she's signaling, I have stakes, I have needs, and I expect the court to recognize them. Right here, you're seeing a masterclass in early courtroom positioning. Pay attention to tone, body language, and pacing. Every word counts, and in family law, credibility is everything. Think about it if you were the judge listening to this for the first time. Who would you side with just based on how they present themselves? This is the kind of opening that sets the tone for the entire case.
Hey, Mrs. Harper, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, basically, I am leaving Mr. Harper because I have reason to believe that he's been involved with other women, and we have 2 children. We've only been married 2 years,
Okay.
and I'm devastated.
All right. How old are your children?
They are 2 and 6 months.
Oh, you have little babies.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
All right. So you said you have reason to believe. What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, we're in the pool business. My husband, soon to be ex-husband, is in the pool business, and you know, he's going out to these pools after they're finished. I mean, these women are in their bikinis. They're laying out. Why does he need to be over there? He's saying that he's just servicing. I don't know what he's servicing. But
Now let's pause for a key legal moment. Those late-night pool visits. Mrs. Harper mentions her husband goes to customer pools after hours, sometimes interacting with women in swimsuits. From a legal perspective, this is the point where courts consider whether the home environment is suitable for raising children. She doesn't need ironclad proof of misconduct. Suspicion and reasonable belief are enough to justify separation and request for support. But here's the drama kicker: she's adding context by showing potential emotional risk to the children. It's smart strategy. Notice how she phrases it: she's calm, factual, and paints a picture without sounding hysterical. That's what lawyers teach: present evidence and impact without letting emotion dominate. And for us watching, it's classic true crime style tension. Who's telling the full story here? And how much does imagination play a role versus reality? It's a perfect moment to ask yourself, would you see this as innocent business practices? Or is there a deeper problem lurking? The courtroom is listening, and so are we.
Pool after hours?
That's a good question. That's a good question. So, yeah, I mean, I looked at his phone one day. I mean, it was just because I needed to check on something because I'm in the business too. I'm the secretary.
Okay.
And there's these women, these customers that are texting him, and I mean, it was, I can't even repeat what some of these texts
The customers that are in the swimsuits?
So they're the women of these pools that have been put in, and they're texting him long after the pools have been put in.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what are you seeking here today?
Well, basically, I just can't bring my children up in this kind of situation. And I basically want to leave with the children. And, you know, he makes a...
Here's where strategy meets finance lifestyle continuity. She's breaking down the details: private school, nanny, $500,000 house. This is crucial because courts love clarity. Judges want to see the kids' lives disrupted as little as possible. By framing her needs around stability for her children, she's creating a strong legal argument for spousal maintenance and child support. And it's not just numbers, it's the human story. Private school isn't just a line item. It's about ensuring the children have a consistent routine, social environment, and educational foundation. Nanny costs mean the children's daily care is maintained. And by specifying the house value, she's signaling the lifestyle standard that the court should consider. Audience engagement tip: ask yourself, if you were the judge, how would you weigh the emotional well-being of the kids versus the financial cost to the husband? It's a balancing act, and she's presenting her side very strategically.
A lot of money. Our business makes a lot of money, but when I leave, I'm not going to have that. So I need to keep the lifestyle that my children and I have had. They go to private school, and we have a nanny, and so I need to continue that so that their lives aren't disturbed. And we live in a house, $500,000, and I need to maintain something similar so that it's not a big adjustment for any of us.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. Private school, do you all pay tuition for that?
Yes.
Okay. How much is it? If you were to break it down monthly, because I know tuition sometimes isn't a monthly thing.
It's about $1,800 a month.
$1,800. What kind of private school is it?
It's a good private school.
Oh my gosh. They teaching the baby how to drive?
Well, the baby's not there yet, but he will
Well,
be.
the 2-year-old, right?
Well,
That's still a baby for $1,800.
It's a tuitional. I mean, you grow with the school, so.
Does the tuition payment grow too?
No.
Oh, okay. So it stays at $1,800.
yeah.
Okay.
Once they're accepted, they're accepted.
Okay, I follow you now. So if we were to break that down monthly, that's about $150 a month. What about the nanny? How much does she cost monthly?
I mean, he pays most of the bills, so.
Stop right here. Mortgage reveal: $3,000 a month for a new home. This is clever courtroom positioning. She's effectively pre-negotiating spousal support and demonstrating exactly what she needs to maintain the children's lifestyle post-separation. Legally, this shows forethought and preparation, two qualities that judges notice. She's not asking for luxury, she's asking for continuity and minimal disruption. And audience, pay attention, this is the sort of detail that makes viewers lean in. You start to visualize the homes, the kids' bedrooms, the morning routines. Courtroom testimony meets relatable life reality. She's making it tangible, emotional, and practical all at once. Remember, family law is often as much about storytelling as it is about legal codes. And she's telling her story flawlessly.
He can probably answer that better.
Okay. Have you already started looking at other homes, other apartments, or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a couple other homes in the neighborhood that I'd really like to move into. I think that would be the least disruptive to me and to the kids.
Okay.
So, yeah. And
would you be renting out those homes?
Basically, I would like to buy one.
Okay.
So that we can maintain the same lifestyle that we've had.
Okay. If you were to buy a home, the homes that you were looking at, what are you looking at on mortgage?
About $3,000 a month.
Okay.
But again, I mean, I would think he would need to pay the majority of that.
Okay. So you want him to buy you a home? You and the children a home?
I mean, I would call it spousal support. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about any other bills that you would potentially have to pay?
So, I think he should keep paying for the nanny and the private school.
Okay.
And, I have been only working part-time. And of course, I would not want to keep working in the business with him and these customers who are still coming around. So I would have to find a job, and that could take a really long time. So I would think he should pay everything until I find something where I can work part-time.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
Well, just don't believe his excuses about these women. That's all I can say.
Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Harper?
Well, there's no excuses about any of the women. I had developed this business long before we got married.
Okay.
And we've been married a couple of years. And
Tension alert. Mr. Harper steps up to defend his side, maintaining client relationships. But notice the audience reaction and the legal nuance. Courts are evaluating credibility here. Is he just doing his job, or is there more happening behind the scenes? And watch how the judge navigates it, listening, clarifying, and letting both sides speak. This is classic courtroom drama. For viewers, this is your "Who's telling the truth?" moment. Mr. Harper is calm, professional, but every word is scrutinized. The emotional stakes are high because the credibility of his explanation will influence both spousal maintenance and child custody considerations. And let's not forget the audience is left questioning, does his explanation hold water, or is this a convenient cover story? This is exactly the tension that keeps people glued to family court content.
I've worked hard to get this business to where it is. I've got a great staff. I've got a great team of crews out there working. And one of the things that I do is I go out and I make sure the work's quality work so I can put my name on it. Do I take care of my clients after we've put in a pool? Absolutely.
Well, your definition of taking care, is it what she's thinking?
No.
Okay.
It's I maintain contact with my clients, and they contact me if there's an issue, if they've got questions.
He maintains contact.
And I go out and I see those clients because that tends to give me more referral business. And I'm not having to spend as much on marketing and advertising as I would if I didn't have that referral business.
Okay.
So I want to make sure I keep in contact with all those clients.
Why are these women saying that, come over, I'm going to be laying out?
They tell me whatever they want to tell me. It has nothing to do with.
So you go join them while they're laying out?
Well, I mean, if they're out by the pool, they're out by the pool. That has nothing to do with my business.
Do you join them in the pool?
No.
Okay.
I saw a picture. One of those texts had a picture of you in the pool.
I don't.
What were you doing in the pool? You were checking the depth?
I don't remember ever seeing that picture. So now I will say this. She has imagined a lot of stuff that goes on.
She has a good imagination.
Very good.
Oh,
and
okay.
she does work part-time as the secretary, but her primary job is to take care of the kids.
Okay, so you agree with everything she said about taking care of the kids and everything like that.
And she does a fairly good job when she's there.
Oh, what does that mean?
Primarily, the nanny does all the work for taking care of the kids.
Speaking of the nanny, how much do you pay her a month?
We're actually paying her probably a little less than what we deserve, but it's probably about $1,200 a month.
Okay.
And
so you make pretty good money. How much money do you make in this pool business?
Well, I've been averaging about $280 a year.
But it could be higher?
It could be.
Or it could be lower?
It depends on the market.
Okay.
He's not even being truthful about that. He makes over $300.
He makes over $300? Okay. Is that true, Mr. Harper?
No, that's not true.
So where did she get that from?
Well, I mean, it's her lifestyle. I mean, she likes going out with her girlfriends and having her lunches and having her, her spa days and
therapy sessions.
She I pay
You
for.
call your spa days therapy sessions?
No, I'm going to therapy because of what he's putting me through.
Oh, okay. You sure it's not what your imagination is putting you through?
I imagine
because he said you are imagining all of this.
I imagined he was a good guy too a couple of years ago when I said I do. So, yeah.
VO Time Financial Reality Check. Mr. Harper claims $280,000 a year, but the court is already questioning that figure. Why? Because financial transparency is critical for calculating child support and spousal maintenance. And here's the kicker, these calculations aren't just numbers on paper. They determine the children's daily life private school tuition, nanny care, housing stability. So while it sounds dry, it's actually high-stakes drama. Audience Hook imagine juggling childcare, education, and lifestyle continuity while navigating this legal maze. That's the reality courts are balancing, and every financial claim, every line of testimony can tip the scales. Keep an eye on how numbers and lifestyle intersect. It's fascinating legal strategy in action.
Only in that do I have a good imagination.
Oh, okay.
So not only do I maintain the house and maintain the bills and take care of all that, I also have the kids on my insurance, her on my insurance.
How much is the insurance for just the children?
$309.
$309, okay.
Yeah. And, that's important to me. I want the kids to be safe. I want the kids to be brought up in a good, wholesome environment.
Wholesome.
And she,
You're not
she
even
gives
home
everything
at
off to the
night.
nanny.
Ma'am, let him speak. I gave you an opportunity to speak. He did not interrupt you while you were speaking. I promise I will get back to you. Continue, Mr. Harper.
She doesn't, she pretty much hands everything off to the nanny. and requires the nanny to take care of all that. She's got a pretty cozy lifestyle. We've got a nice house. I'd like to keep I'd like to keep the kids, with me.
No.
And make sure they're taken care of, because she's too busy taking care of herself.
All right. But your work schedule, would that permit you to have the children on a full-time basis?
It would be difficult, but I would see it, made sure it happened.
So wouldn't it be in the best interest of the children for them to just stay with mom like they've always been doing?
Well, if mom would stay with them, yeah, I would agree with that. But it's, like I said, it's primarily the nanny.
But you're paying for the nanny, so it would be the same difference if you were to have them. Well, no, they would be with the nanny more if they were with you.
Possibly.
So you could potentially be paying the nanny more if the children were with you. Yeah, I don't think that's good for them. Ms. Harper, I have a couple of questions for you. What is your educational background, if any?
Yeah, I'm very proud to say that I got my GED.
Okay.
Yes.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you were going to say something else when I asked you not to interrupt him.
Oh, well, so he's saying he wants them to have a wholesome lifestyle. Like, give me a break. What's wholesome about going to these women's houses, when he could be at home at night? So it's not always during the day. He's not home a lot
I'm not
night.
at women's houses every night or anything like that.
But some nights, huh?
No, not even some nights. Occasionally it happens. And their family is there as well.
So your customers call you at night for pool maintenance?
No, they'll call me at night.
Is that what you're telling me here today?
No, they'll call me at night to ask me questions about referrals, about maintaining the pool, things like that.
At night?
Sure. Usually when I go over at night, their families are there too.
How late are we talking at night?
Oh, 9 o'clock.
Okay. That's not too late.
Late night pool calls, family presences, small details, big impact. Judges look at whether after-hours visits are reasonable business activities or potentially harmful to family life. Mr. Harper claims nights aren't frequent and families are present. Mrs. Harper disagrees. Here's where the courtroom drama intensifies credibility versus perception. Audience, think critically. What would you consider acceptable boundaries for work versus family? And notice the rhetorical tension. Wholesome parenting is subjective, but in legal terms, evidence matters. This is the perfect moment to engage viewers' debate in the comments whether this is business as usual or a red flag.
It makes no sense. Wholesome
Well, I agree
family.
with that. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, a wholesome family. We would have dinner together. We would be at home. We'd be reading to the kids, playing with the kids, putting them to bed.
Should have fixed dinner, but yeah.
Ooh, so you don't cook?
Well, we have somebody for that.
Oh, so you all have a chef too?
Well, we usually have food brought in, either I come home with dinner or pick something up, but yeah, kitchen, no, that's for snacks.
Oh, okay. Well, this is what I am going to do. I definitely think that your wife has grounds. She's eligible to receive some sort of spousal maintenance, especially if she no longer wishes to remain in the home with you. Had she wished to remain in the home, this will probably be a different type of situation. She may still be entitled to some spousal maintenance, just probably not as much. So what I'm going to do is to order you pay spousal maintenance to your wife. And it's not going to be anything that's, forever, ma'am. I just want you to understand that it will definitely be a temporary situation, at least to get you on your feet so you can look for a job, find suitable living arrangements for the children and everything like that. So first, let's start with child support. You said your yearly income is about $280,000 a year. So that would put you, even if it's at $300,000, ma'am, in Texas, he caps. So his gross would be based on $12,325.35, which would make his net resources $9,200. Now, sir, are these the only two children you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So $9,200.
Supposedly.
Well, you know, that has nothing to do with me. We can review that at a later date, but as of today, that has nothing to do with me. So when we look at your income, that brings your net resources to about $8,891. You have 2 children. So if we multiply that by 25%, that brings your child support amount to $2,222.75. Now, your wife testified, and you really didn't disagree with her, that you testified about the nanny costing $1,200 a month. I'm going to order that you keep paying that. The private school is $1,800 a month. I'm going to order that you keep paying that. Wife also testified that the mortgage potentially for the next home will be about $3,000. I'm not going to order him to pay all of that. I'm not going to order him to pay all of that because, ma'am, you will be working and you should be able to maintain something. I'm not going to have him just 100% take care of you. Spousal maintenance is to assist. It's not to help you, just.
Final VO. And this is the legal takeaway: spousal maintenance isn't forever. Judges emphasize temporary support enough to help the spouse get back on their feet. Notice the phrase, status quo maintained. Kids still have the nanny, tuition continues, lifestyle disruption minimized. Courts are balancing fairness, financial responsibility, and child welfare. Audience engagement tip: reflect on the temporary nature of support. How long is reasonable for someone to find employment and stabilize their life? This isn't just numbers, it's about human lives and fairness. And if the spouse delays job searching, payments can be adjusted. That's the beauty and complexity of family law: dynamic, responsive, and always looking at the best interest of children and fairness to both adults.
Live off of him for a long time. So spousal maintenance is going to be in the amount of $4,500. I gave you a credit for that $309 with the health insurance. So that brings your monthly obligation for child support and spousal maintenance to $6,800 a month, which I believe is pretty fair. I mean, you've been maintaining the nanny, you've been maintaining the private school. Nothing should change when it comes to the children. But as far as you're concerned, I do believe that part of that responsibility should be yours in terms of paying the mortgage. And I just want to reiterate, this is only temporary. So you start working, you make decent living. The children, for whatever reason, are no longer in private school, or the nanny is for whatever reason removed. He can come back and petition the court and ask for something different. And there's a high likelihood his payment of spousal support to you may be removed. So I just want to make sure I'm clear about that.
So what if it takes me a year to get a job?
Well,
Probably take longer than that.
I hope it wouldn't take you years, ma'am. At that point, you're just being spoiled, must I say. It should not take you years to find a job. If it takes you years to find a job, that means you are intentionally not actively looking for a job. And if he comes back in here and that is the case, I will surely make sure that he stops paying you spousal maintenance. Okay? Is there anything further?
No.
You have any other questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi guys, it's me, Judge Vonda B. I wanted to go over what you all witnessed in the Harper case. Well, here we are again with spousal support cases. Remember, I told you before we can even get to the factors of how someone would qualify for spousal maintenance, we first have to make sure that they're eligible. So in this particular case, you heard wife in this case, she testified that she worked part-time for her husband's pool business. She also is maintaining the household for the majority of the other time. She testified to them having a nanny to watch the children attending, at least one child attending private school, and she no longer wanted to reside in the home with husband, which would mean that she needed some assistance in getting her another home. Fair, right? Well, you also heard that husband makes about $280,000 a year, potentially could be more depending on the market. Well, when you're looking at spousal maintenance, we determined that wife would actually be eligible because what else did she testify to? She said that she received her GED. So she technically, based on the facts in this case, wouldn't even have the means to suit her minimal needs. Therefore, she's definitely eligible for spousal support. So when there is a case that involves children, on top of spousal support, you also have child support. We calculated what husband's child support amount should be. We also maintain the status quo in a sense. Husband is still maintaining the private school tuition for one of the children. He's maintaining the nanny for both of the children. But something interesting I did here with the spousal maintenance, I split it in half. It's not fair for husband to be 100% responsible for all of his wife's living expenses. Therefore, since she'll be looking for a job sometime in the future, it was only fair that they split the cost of a potential future mortgage right down the middle.